We received a heartbreaking email today into our City News email, and I just had to reach out to Luqman Ahmed. Hello, Luqman.
Hello, thank you for having me.
Thank you so much. I understand you're an imam. What mosque are you representing?
So I'm with the Ahmadiyya Muslim Jamaat of Ottawa, and I'm serving as an imam at the Baitul Nasir Mosque, which is on the east end of Orleans in Cumberland.
And Luqman, we know that recently, and we've seen, unfortunately, a pattern of hate crimes and hate towards Muslim people, most recently this past week. Walk me through what that does, Luqman, in your role. That must be heartbreaking for you.
So yeah, like I've mentioned, as someone who I have an opportunity, a privilege, in fact, to lead prayers in a mosque every day. So when we see something like this, it is of course very concerning, and our call to the authorities is that they should do everything that they can to ensure the safety of all citizens, including Muslims as well, because we believe that Canada is a great country, and there, as far as the rights and taking care of basic necessities of all people are concerned, that's something that Canada is proud to do, and I think freedom of religion is an extremely important and fundamental right of all people, which is why we believe that it must be protected, and all places of worship, whether they are churches or synagogues or temples or mosques, I think they should all be protected. And whenever something like this happens at any place of worship, it is extremely concerning for us.
You're right. I mean, we're seeing this, in terms of the Jewish faith. We've seen this type of vile hate, and it just doesn't seem like the Canada that we want, Luqman.
Yeah, exactly. I as far as speaking with about the hate crimes that we have seen, as far as against Muslims are concerned, I think it, as far as I'm aware, or as far as I've looked into them, I think they take place as a result of one of two factors. Either there is an element of racism or a sense of self-superiority, or thinking of Muslims as being outsiders. As far as that is concerned, I think it's a basic human value, and I also learned this from my faith, Islam, as well, that no one, including Muslims, no one should consider themselves better than other people based on the color of their skin or their ethnicity or anything like that. And the second factor that could play a role in these kind of hate acts is, I think some people may have an aversion, or they may not like certain aspects of the religion of Islam or certain practices that Muslim people have. And for such people, I would say that it is okay to hold that position, that you may not agree with certain aspects of Islam. Just because I consider Islam, for example, to be objectively true, I do not expect that everyone would do the same. However, if you disagree with any practice of Muslims, or if you disagree with any principles of Islam, violence or hatred, cannot be the answer. Instead, I think that for all people, but especially those people who have questions or who have concerns, I think they should try to meet their Muslim neighbors, Muslim friends, people in their neighborhood, have a dialogue with them and understand each other's perspectives. Because I think if they meet each other, they have some sort of a dialogue with each other, I think this will do one of two things. Either it will, take away their concerns, or at least they will understand each other's perspectives better. Mm-hmm. So I think that, we have to remember that in a healthy, developed society, we have to defend the freedoms of all people, even if we do not agree with them. And we cannot resort to hatred or such acts of violence towards people that we may disagree with.
Well, and I'm thinking right now, Luqman, as well, is that, it's Ramadan. It's an opportunity for, for the Muslim community to give back as well. The timing of this hate, I would think, would be even more painful at a time where you dedicate so much back to the community. And when you talk about conversations, and I think if people were to, as exactly what you said, share space, share questions, and take away the fear of asking some of those questions. I mean, I have many times on this show, whether it be the Jewish community, whether it be the Muslim community, whether it be the indigenous community, sometimes I ask questions, Luqman, and I'm a bit shy to ask them, but it's a way of educating myself and our listeners here at City News. So let me ask you this: when it comes to Ramadan and it comes to this time, share with us a little bit about what your focus is and what you tell the people that go to your mosque about this time and this hate that's been experienced.
So exactly as you have mentioned, especially in the month of Ramadan, as members of the Ahmadiyya Muslim Jamaat, the main message of our community is love for all, hatred for none. And, we learn from our faith, from the Holy Quran, that repel evil with goodness. So throughout the year, and also in the month of Ramadan, the Ahmadiyya Muslim Jamaat, we hold many outreach programs, and this happens throughout the year. And in the month of Ramadan, we are holding various community iftars. For example, in the Baitul Nasir Mosque, where I am currently serving as an imam, we hold community iftar dinners every Friday and Saturday evenings when we open our fast. And at that time, the members of the community, not just our community, but outside of our community, they are also invited. And people do bring their non-Muslim guests as well. And in that sense, what I was talking about earlier, that this is how those bridges are made, and this is how, we can further nourish an atmosphere of friendliness and an atmosphere of harmony in the larger society.
Luqman, are Muslim people within your mosque, are they fearful?
So as any time that something like this happens, Muslims, we come to the mosque several times a day. Muslim men, Muslim women, our families, our children are with us as well. So of course, whenever any mosque or even any other place of worship is attacked or faces such an act of hate based on whatever the ideology of the perpetrator is, it does give Muslims concern. I think that's a natural human reaction. But at the same time, we also understand that, the overwhelming majority of Canadians, that they have nothing to do with such kinds of hatred. Of course, there are people everywhere in every society, who we need to reach out and teach them better. And some people do act out of ignorance. And this is the reason that I've mentioned that, as members of the Ahmadiyya Muslim Jamaat, we try to counter these acts of hate by educating people and, by opening our doors for them.
I really appreciate your time today. It's I just wish it was on a different topic, and I invite you back to share especially through Ramadan, to share what your community is doing, and I'm hoping that these conversations will inform and enlighten and really create that community that you're hoping for. Luqman.
Thank you. That would be wonderful.
Luqman Ahmed joining us from Batir Nazir Mosque here in Ottawa. He's the imam there. We appreciate it very much.